Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Kristine. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about all the jobs I would pursue. All the jobs that probably within the past 3 years max that I've actually thought of seriously and that I genuinely thought about pursuing or becoming. Some of them I still do, some not so much, and some are just kind of there. Let's get this straight. I am still in high school. I do online school. I'm finishing it up, y'all. I'm trying my best to finish it up. And then after that, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. One thing is very clear though, I do not I don't love school. Anyways, let's go. This was probably the first job that I ever thought of seriously. The main thing that I wanted out of going to school at this period of time in my life was something that I could take, whether like a degree that I could pursue that could translate into a lot of different fields of work that was very versatile. I just didn't want to waste my time in something so niche and specific that if I changed my mind, I could not like move those interests into like another interest, if that makes sense. I wanted it to be very versatile. I could study it and go into literally 26 different fields, that type of thing. So the first thing I wanted to pursue, I don't think I will do this ever, but a psychologist. For a while, I was very set on becoming a psychologist. But at the end of the day, y'all, it's a lot of school, and I'm not here for that. Slowly but surely, I learned that doing something that was so school heavy just was not for me. I can't do it. It's not that I can't do it, I don't want to do it. And I am, yes, very privileged to be like, if I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. Don't get me wrong, I am so thankful for that, and I realize that other people don't have that reality. I just don't want to do that. Moving on. The next thing that I considered was just getting an associate's degree in arts. An associate's degree is 2 years, and the reason for arts is, well, my entire life my parents wanted me to become a lawyer. I swear, before I was even conceived, they wanted me to become a lawyer. And don't get me wrong, I think I could do it, but once again, I don't want to do it. There's nothing in me. Don't get me wrong, I think there are there's so many jobs when that could possibly open up when you become a lawyer, when you have those credentials. And I did think for like a split second that I might become a family lawyer. Either way, I don't want to become a lawyer. And with an associate's degree in the arts, for the most part, I believe you could become a paralegal, which isn't a lawyer, it is not. They more or less like prepare contracts, do more of that stuff. They don't really fight. But I was fairly passionate about just getting my associate's degree in the arts and seeing where that takes me. But I wanted to go to a school that was literally in the middle of nowhere. I've lived in a city my entire life, and during this point in my life, all I wanted was to understand what it feels like to live in a small town. Ultimately, it became not necessarily unrealistic, because I think if I still had the passion for it, then I would make it happen, but I just lost the passion for it, so I don't really care to do that anymore. I still am very interested in living in a totally different situation than what I have grown up in, but not to pursue an associate's degree in the arts, or to become a paralegal, or to become a legal guidance person for families. These next two things came at very similar times. The first one being a personal trainer, and the second one being to open my own daycare. Let's start with the personal trainer. I've always loved fitness. I'm not the fittest person in the world. I was impacted by fitness at a relatively early age, so it always holds a little bit of an interest in me. I love to motivate people. I feel like, especially with weight and with image, I think that's such a powerful way to impact someone in their life. I think it would be super duper fun to work with different people, to get to know different people, to support people through the struggles that they may be having. I still low-key think it would be cool to become a personal trainer, but I'm definitely not. I'm just not a gym rat. I don't think that I care about the gym that much. I think I care much more about the people. I care about that side of it more than actually being in the gym. If I could have like an outdoor gym setting and I could buy my own property for that, have my own company for that, I think that would be so fun and so great. And I think it would be very fulfilling. That takes a lot of money that I don't have. This is where my mindset totally switched from I realized that I don't enjoy school and I want to focus more on what type of jobs that I could do with like minimal school type situations. But yeah, this is when a different mindset started to kick in. Opening up a daycare. Now this one, I love kids, and I think a really nice dream of mine would be to open up a daycare. I think it's still a dream of mine in a way. This idea came to me this year around February. I was in the Philippines with my family and we visited like my aunt's house, and there was just a kid there. And you know, when there's a kid there, you kind of like want to make them laugh, make them smile, play a little game, whatever the heck it is. And then it just hit me in the face, like, why don't I just open a daycare? I love kids and I love being around kids. I just love the spirit that they, what am I trying to say? That they radiate. I love it. And that would mean I would probably get some type of degree in early childhood education. I'm still not against it. I don't have the fire behind it right now. But those two things are always kind of in the back of my mind, but they're not like number one. I think they would be so fulfilling, but yeah, like I said, they're just kind of like there. The next thing that I wanted to become, or I still really have a passion for this, a realtor. Ever since I got my job in retail, I've quit now, but I used to work in retail. I love the idea of becoming a realtor. I think that's so fun. I'm literally selling you a piece of land or a house or a condo or whatever it is. Like, that just sounds like so much fun to me. It definitely is still in the back of my mind, 1000%. The only thing with the job is it is fairly tough to establish yourself as a realtor, to get your first couple of clients in when you are young, because the fact is people aren't gonna want to trust you as much if you're young to, you know, to guide them through purchasing their next home. It makes sense at the end of the day, and unless like your parents are realtors, or unless you have a really strong network with a realty company or anything like that, it is very tough to establish yourself, to build and to get your clients in. And I am very young. Realtors are rarely ever, you know, 19, 20 years old. Although I would love to become a realtor, I think it would definitely be more of like my safety net kind of job, because I know that I enjoy selling things. I think it would be super cool to sell houses and lots and things like that. But once again, this age thing, I'm not sitting here saying that age should stop you to do anything. I think anything's possible, and if I really, really wanted to do it, I would fight my way to the top. But I think like if I'm, I don't know, like 25 or 26 and I still haven't really found my groove with things, I genuinely think that I would feel very fulfilled becoming a realtor. The next thing, I love kids. I also have always had an interest in nutrition, so I kind of thought of becoming a pediatric nutritionist, being a nutritionist for kids. I think that'd also be like super cool, super fun. I don't really know what the demand for a pediatric nutritionist is. A little piece of me will always love health and fitness, and my sibling grew up having to go to a nutritionist, a dietitian. I don't know if I'd actually do it, but it sounds very interesting to me. I'm sitting here and I'm just like saying what I low-key kind of plan to pursue. It's like all of the jobs seem so interesting again, and I'm in the same spot of I don't know what to do. The next thing, this is probably the most recent job interest that I have taken. So one day I was in traffic. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I was just like, I don't like traffic, I don't like traffic. And one of my parents were like, what are you gonna do, fly? And I was like, why not? I could fly. So I started looking into becoming a helicopter pilot. Being a pilot of any kind is not very popular amongst the female race. It's just facts. It's not very female dominant. Helicopter, because I am not about to fly a plane with like 200 people on it. That is just not happening for me. And I think a helicopter would just be so cool. And it's definitely low-key the #1 thing on my mind. It takes about like 4 to 6 months to become a helicopter pilot. The main thing is, it is hella expensive. It is extremely expensive. I'm pretty sure the same amount of 4 years of university is equivalent to about 4 to 6 months of becoming a helicopter pilot, just to put some kind of perspective into it all. It's so expensive, and it's definitely possible for me. I would definitely have to get a job and help out, but it's an option. I think it would just be so freaking cool. Like, imagine little old me, if you don't know, I'm hella short, just like driving a helicopter. Not driving, flying a helicopter. Like, that just sounds so cool to me. That sounds so fun. Like, I would love to work for like some touristy company, like driving, I can't even get it in my head, flying people from like destination spots. Like, a couple hours for me is very mountainy, and like there's definitely a lot of like touristy helicopter tour situation. I would love to do that. These next 2 things. First of all, I've always been interested, like for example, opening a daycare. I've always been interested in opening a coffee shop. I would love to build a brand and just connecting with that ultimately. I'm not gonna be ashamed of it or anything, because I do think there's just like a weird foreign stigma against it, but a YouTuber, like that, if it happens, I would be so excited at the end of the day. Obviously, it doesn't happen for everyone, and I get it. But I think it would be so fun to build your own brand, and the thing that I love about YouTuber is that so many of them have started with just making the videos and just building their family and building a brand for themselves, and then they'll slowly but surely expand into different avenues where they continue to make money. They will bring their brand and collaborate with different brands, and that idea of like constantly working and being you, selling you, I think that just sounds super fun and intriguing, and once again very fulfilling. I would be so excited if it would happen, but it's all good if it doesn't. I think at the end of the day, I want to be my own boss. It doesn't matter when it happens for me, whether this whole YouTube thing pops off and I am my own boss by like, 20 or something. If I'm my own boss at 45 or 50 or 60, that's totally chill with me. I just think at the end of the day, I want to be able to set my schedule. I do online school, everyone. This is where I feel so alive, is when I have my life, and yes, I'm doing online school and everything is flexible. It's up to me. Whether I do a daycare, I would love to once again own and operate a daycare, or have like my own helicopter touristy company, or personal training, or once again a YouTuber, just something where at the end of it all, I would love to be my own boss, set my own hours. All of that sounds so intriguing to me. This whole video is just a great representation of, like, you will find yourself eventually. And a lot of people, I think, look at me and they're like, well, what are you doing, Kristine? Like, what is going on with your life? And at the end of the day, I don't know, but I am constantly searching. I'm constantly open-minded to whatever pops into my life. And you can see the evolution. I thought I wanted to become a psychologist until I realized that I don't like school and I don't want to do any of that. So I started switching my mindset to doing things that I love, and things that took minimal amounts of school work, and things that I felt fulfilled with. You slowly but surely realize and you figure out what you want to do at the end of the day, and you don't need to be in any form of a rush. I tell my parents this almost on a weekly basis, that I'd rather be 18 right now, having no idea what I'm doing, trying to figure it out, than 25, 26, 27, and realizing that I just settled for something that I was comfortable in and I feel not fulfilled, and I'm still confused, and I'm still searching. So it's okay. Like, everyone out here is living this like fast ass paced life, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna participate in that. I'm gonna take my time. If I look like a loser, if someone asks me, oh Kristine, what are you doing with your life? Oh Kristine, what are you going to school for? Or la la. At the end of the day, I'll say I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know. I want to say something solid. I want to be able to state those, like, to say those answers. But at the end of the day, I don't know, so I don't care if people look at me weirdly, or if people look at me like, what are you doing? I don't care, because I'm figuring it out, and that's what I gotta do, and I know I gotta do that. If you have any jobs that you think I would be great in, please let me know down below, because I would love to know. Who knows, maybe you might literally guide me to the rest of my life. Who knows? Or if you have a job that I said in this video that you'd be like, yes, Kristine, you need to do that, let me know down below in the comments too. If you are interested, join the time. Some very fun videos are coming up soon. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. And I will see you in a little bit. Join the time. Whoopee-ki-yay. Okay.